Alright, I'm back. Hello guys, it's your host from the Breadth Review Show and Charjr Ryuki. This is part 2, so both of these videos will be uploaded on both channels. Again, the rating I'm going to give my trip to Minnesota is an 8.5. So I'm gonna keep going back on that. And I was like, I thought I tried to get it all in 20 minutes, but apparently I didn't. So I'm just gonna keep this going. So it's only gonna be 2 videos. It's only gonna be 2 videos. I'm not gonna make a part 3 out of this. There was a guy who's on another boat, probably I think farther down the line, to the north of me, who caught 5.5 foot sturgeon, and he was about 80 pounds, 75 to 80 pounds. And they said it took him 30 minutes to get it in the boat, and said that the guy had no choice but to tie a rope around the tail of the sturgeon, because the sturgeon kept on jumping out of the water. You can't get me! No, you can't get me! Ah! And he just tied a rope around the sturgeon's tail and finally got him in the water. And then again, that same boat, another guy caught another sturgeon, a 60 pound sturgeon. And I think he said it took him 15-20 minutes to get in the boat. That was like, they have a little competition, and they tell you about it before you get there. It's like, oh, the biggest walleye, the biggest other breed of fish that you got. And I think there was, oh yeah, if you caught the least. And I think maybe the first day I might have caught 10 fish. I lost track. I mean, if you're sitting there for about 8 hours and you're every other hour or so you're catching maybe a handful of fish at a time, or within a hand, or like 2 or 3 fish at a time, it's hard to keep track. I thought I caught 8, but apparently to the other guys that I was with, they said that I actually caught 10. Tuesday I caught 2 more than everybody else on the boat, so I caught more fish than them. But Wednesday I think it was kind of even. We all caught kind of like somewhere, or like an even amount of fish amongst each other, and it's just. It's one of those things, like, that's like, oh, there's a competition. Like, I don't care about the competition. That's what I was thinking when they were telling me. I don't care about the competition. I just want to fish. And, yeah, my 29.5 northern pike wouldn't have won against a sturgeon. If nobody else caught a sturgeon or a pike, then I probably would have won. But I was pretty damn happy. Pretty scaling happy. Give me just a second. One of those nights I can't sleep, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, competition. My northern pike wouldn't have won that, but I was pretty skilled, happy, and proud that I caught the biggest fish I've ever caught. I didn't think lengthwise it was like the biggest fish I've ever caught, especially another breed of fish. And it was the only one I caught. You know, I was really hoping I was going to catch another one, because because how I caught it was the minnow and worm trick. I put a minnow on, and then I put a worm around it, and then put a worm on the bottom hook. And the thing is, guys, it was only on a 10-pound line. The hooks that was on the lead line couldn't even handle. They couldn't even handle it. So it's like, I need to get this fish up to the surface. I need to get it in the net. as quickly as possible. It took me 5 or 10 minutes to get it in the net. The first time it jumped out. The second time the line broke just as the guide Tyler got it in the net, and he asked me after measuring it. Apparently, if it's past like 30 inches or so, that's when they gotta throw it back. But if it's under 30 inches, then you can keep it. You get the option to keep it. And it's like, hey, that's the biggest fish I've ever caught. Like, no, don't you throw that back out. I'll throw you back out after it. So I was like, yeah, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping it. So I actually have it still. They with the thing, the other downside of it, besides the bus ride, the 14-hour bus ride, is the fact that you're only get to bring home 4 walleye, 2 sauger, 2 of whatever breed you catch. So you get limited to only bringing home 8 fish, but that's like 16 pieces of fish that you get to bring home. The thing is, I cut mine about, I took about maybe half of it, maybe close to half, and I bought a 30-pack of beer for my neighbors because they watched over Kira for me during that week, and you show my appreciation because I stayed out a little longer. I made a stop in Manhattan and went to Walmart and picked up a couple things plus the 30-pack or whatever, and I waited because Friday I didn't see him at all. Saturday I seen the man's wife, and he was actually watching my Kira for me, and I knocked on the door. Well, knocked, more like I headbutted it because my hands were full, so I couldn't knock on the door properly like a human, so I knocked on the door like an idiot, headbutted it, and after a couple of times of standing there for about 5 minutes, she came up to the door and talked to her and talked about the trip and like I'm doing now, and gave her some of the fish and the beer, and she's like, well, you don't have to do that. I was like, no, I do. You if I'm gone, you take pretty good care of my dog when I'm gone. I mean, you make sure she's all right. And she talked to me about the pool that is in Kira's pen to keep Kira cool, and she's like, how the heck do you keep that thing clean? I cleaned it out once during the week, and still it gets so dirty so quickly. It's because thing is, it's hot. She's a black dog. She's going to use the pool. Plus, she's a lab. So lab, water, drawn to it, it's going to happen. Because not long after I cleaned her pool out and filled it up and gave her food and played with her, I took her out and spent a lot of time with her when I came back, because the first thing I did when I came home, she was the first thing I wanted to see. First thing I wanted to see her so bad. It nearly broke me up when I was like, I'm holding it back. It was first thing I did when I got home was I took the keys out and I went straight to her pen. I jumped out of the truck, got to her pen, and I opened the door and I gave her a big old hug. And even if she was tired, as soon as she started to wake up a little bit, she was really glad to see me and happy that I was home. No, I expected that 80-pound dog to tackle me, but she didn't tackle me. She just laid down. I kneeled down on the ground, and she made me sit down by basically climbing up and getting in my lap, and she laid down and on my lap and wouldn't let me get up. So I stayed outside with her for like 2 hours. So it was like around 3 in the morning when I got in the house by that time, and I was still up then, and I was probably close to 5 when I finally got to sleep. But yeah, it was one hell of a time, and coming back and seeing Kira, and then talking to my mom when she's at work, because she also runs a daycare center. So I went down there and talked to her, gave her a couple of the souvenirs I had, girly souvenirs, I should say. I hate picking up girly things. It's like I told my mom, especially if I had a girlfriend, I'd probably still hate buying girly stuff. I can't stand being in jewelry stores or anything like that for very long. I just can't. It's so irritating. I dropped the other souvenirs off that I got for them back, and yeah, it was just one hell of a time, and just getting back into it. And it's pretty much the middle of the night. I should be sleeping because I got to go to work tomorrow, but overall the trip was fun. I plan on doing something like that again, and I'll probably go to one more convention by the end of this year if I get the chance. If I don't, well, there's next year. So if you guys know any anime conventions I would like to go to, or think that I would like, let me know in the comments down below. Or any other trips, like hunting trips or fishing trips or whatever, let me know in the comments down below, because it's new experiences. It's maybe I'll get a chance to maybe meet someone and build a connection, you know. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it, because obviously there's nothing here. And yeah, I quit dating, but there's always that chance. But hopefully someone will actually give me a chance. But anyway, maybe go on a trip with me. But anyway, guys, I'm Charjr Ryuki. I'm your host for the Brett's Review Show. Let's cool down and look forward for the next review. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.